So how did this happen? Who's responsible for getting us to a place where most of America thinks grabbing the new iPad will bring them happiness, even though the old iPad is playing their porn perfectly fine? You don't need a new one. Those actors are fluffering just fine. I mean, buffering just fine. Well, a lot of this can be blamed on the father of propaganda, Edward Bernays. In the 1920s and 30s, he pioneered using the ideas of his uncle Sigmund Freud, as well as Ivan Pavlov, to manipulate the American people into needing things they didn't need or believing things they didn't believe. Pavlov experimented with dogs. Bernays experimented with your grandparents. Among his list of projects, he convinced America that doctors recommended they eat bacon for breakfast. He convinced millions of women to pick up cigarettes, even getting the New York Times to run a caption that said, "Group of girls puff at cigarettes as a gesture of freedom." So that was the 1930s equivalent of, if you don't smoke, the terrorists win. They really did. He even helped convince the government that rather than telling Americans they're safe, they should be told to be terrified of things like communism. So not great stuff, but he doesn't hold a candle to true evil like the Nazis, right? Oh, wait, his ideas were used by the Nazis in their propaganda campaigns. Damn it, can't you just help the ruling elite manipulate the nation, getting millions to do things they wouldn't naturally want to do without it being used for evil? Come on, no good deed goes unpunished. He called this new scientific method of molding opinion the engineering of consent. He saw the masses as inherently irrational and base desire driven. He felt mass consumption could be used to quench the desires of all those thick-skulled troglodytes. I'm paraphrasing. But basically, make everyone believe that material things will soothe their anxieties and fears so that they won't point their discontent at you, the elites. But none of that is really that bad, right? I mean, it's not like he was overthrowing democratically elected leaders of foreign countries, right?
Yeah.
What? John, I'm trying... What? In 1954, Edward Bernays helped the United Fruit Company and the U.S. government orchestrate the overthrow of the democratically elected president of Guatemala, Colonel Guzman, who was replaced by a CIA-backed murderous dictator. All right, so not a great resume, but, you know, let's recap. Bernays popularized corporate manipulation, gave the Nazis their propaganda, gave millions of women cancer, and helped install at least one violent dictator. But before you judge, he gave us bacon for breakfast. You can have all the Guatemalas you want. This man's a hero. I'm actually a vegetarian, but I play a meat lover on TV when it serves for certain jokes.